Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. My name is Ardil and today's video is part of a behind the sound series on an incredible sound system, a world's first system we're doing on a Lamborghini Urus. The car is all done, but now it's time to fine tune everything, and that's what it's all about. We're tuning the sound system via a bit of product called BitTune. So we're going to be talking about how we get a system not only installed perfection, but then moving over to tuning it so it sounds absolutely amazing. But before we get on to today's video, make sure you guys at home have subscribed to our YouTube channel, because we've got a massive competition live on our channel at the moment. We're giving away a brand new PlayStation 5 as well as an Audison amplifier. All the details are in the description below. However, let's get on with today's video. So before we get on to actually tuning the system, you guys at home need to know exactly what the system is and how it's actually powered. You would have seen in the amplification video, which you click up here, check that out if you haven't done so already, because there's been a whole series and a whole host of episodes already live on the car. But what we've got is two subs, front speakers, rear speakers, all amplified, running what's something called fully active, which makes a big difference to the tuning stage. Underneath the floor right here, we've got 4 amplifiers. The 4 amplifiers are all out of the range from Audison Voce. So we've got 2 Audison Voce Quattros and 2 Audison Voce Unos. The first Voce amplification, which is 4 channels, runs what's called a fully active Audison Thesis front end to tweeters, as well as 6.5-inch woofers. Then the other Quattro runs Audison Voce tweeters in the rear, but the Audison Thesis sax in the door. Then the 2 Unos actually run the 2 Hertzmeter Legend subs that we've got on either side of the boot, but obviously, like you can see here, still retaining all of that boot space. In terms of what we've actually got in terms of the processor, it's something called an Audison Bit Virtuoso, an incredible product that has what's called 13 channel of input stages, so we can tune every single element of this system. But because we're running fully active, we actually have full control over the whole system. So there's an immense amount of work that's obviously gone into getting the car to this stage, and if you've been following the whole series, you would have seen all of that in a load more detail. But that's basically the foundation for the system. So now let's talk about tuning. So now time to fine tune the system. But even before we get to that stage, we have to make sure the system is safe in terms of how the amplifiers are actually running the system. So it means our customers can't damage any of the equipment. In terms of the way we do that, we actually set up all of the amplifiers themselves via a multimeter and actually measure voltages outputting from each product going to each component, making sure all of that is inch perfect and all nice and safe, setting frequency responses, setting filters, as well as actually doing a basic setup all on the actual amplifiers themselves. Then we plug our computer in, and that is where the electronic side comes into it. Once we plugged our computer actually into the system itself, what we actually do is set, again, basic setup in terms of filters, frequencies, a little bit of time alignment, make sure each speaker is performing and playing accurately. Because we're running what's called a fully active system, which means each channel of an amplifier runs directly to each individual component in the vehicle. What that means in real terms is that we have a massive amount of control over the system. I can actually control when each, say the tweeters for instance, on either side at the front, those Audison Thesis tweeters that are on custom A-pillars, I can actually control individually, left and right side, when that speaker actually plays sound. And what that actually means in terms of real terms, again, is we can move sound around the vehicle, which we'll move on to a little bit later on. But in terms of the software, we then plug in a product called BitTune, which has a set of microphones set up inside the vehicle, listening to the interior of the car, listening to the test songs that we've actually got playing through this new system, making sure it's actually accurately measuring everything on a standard level, basically across the whole vehicle at different levels in terms of volume, as well as different bass frequencies, higher frequencies, getting a full measurement and analysis of the vehicle and the whole interior. Once that's all done, that ends up on the computer. We then have a full graphic EQ graph, which we can then adjust, fine tune when we jump in the car and actually listen to the whole system by ear with our customers' music taste. With the BitTune software now correcting all those issues from factory, creating a really beautiful soundstage in the vehicle, it's now time to sit and listen to our customers' music taste. So myself and Steve will be sitting in the vehicle, fine-tuning everything. So Steve has been the lead engineer on this project, creating a full, massive system on this car, and absolutely in love with it. In terms of the actual system itself, in terms of tuning and fine-tuning it, I've taken around about sort of 10 or 12 songs from our customer, sent them over to us, and I've actually been listening to them in my own vehicle as well as in other vehicles that we've done systems on. Reason why I do that is actually get a better understanding about how that song should sound, obviously with our customer's music taste, and then apply that to the tuning stage, fine-tuning every single little detail so it sounds absolutely incredible. One really beautiful thing about having a processor in a car is you can also have different presets. So we've got something called an Audison DRC MP controller mounted into the actual glove box itself. It's a bit hard to reach from driver's seat, but it's still very usable in terms of obviously reaching over, changing presets. So you might get in the car one day and want, say, a rock music. The other day you might get in and want to listen to classical music or adjust bass levels, and that's all done via that little controller. The controller's neatly tucked away, out of sight, out of mind, but what it allows us to do is do different time corrections. On this occasion, I'm actually going to have a couple of different EQs. One will be kind of a rhythmic kind of sound, then others going to be a lot more acoustic driven, and then one is going to be a lot more depth and a lot more bass into the system. So we've got a lot of control over the system via the DSP, via the correction that we have now fixed all the issues that were coming out from the Lamborghini system, and now obviously going into these beautiful Audison Voce amplifiers. Honestly, sitting in this car, fine tuning it, me and Steve were sitting in it yesterday. Honestly, absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys at home have enjoyed it. If you do want to see any other different content on our channel, hit that subscribe button below, comment below exactly what you want to see on our channel. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget, guys, really help our channel if you liked this video, as well as hit that subscribe button, share the video with friends and family. It goes a long way for us. Plus they can see some of the awesome content that we're putting out on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all very soon.